G'day, I'm Luke from Artistic Coffee Roasters and congratulations on buying your Marzocco Micra coffee machine. It's an absolute beauty. I'm going to take you through what comes in the box and your initial setup to just get fast-tracked on making great espresso. So Marzocco give you a whole heap of accessories, not only to make wonderful coffee straight up, but also the care and maintenance of your machine. So you do get a group head cleaning chemical, you get a blind basket as well. In terms of baskets, you get a 14 and a 17 gram basket, so you can have different brew recipes. You get this lovely combination naked portafilter handle with two different inserts which lock in for either single spout or double spout. You get a beautiful milk jug, you get a screwdriver to take out your shower screen, group cleaning brush, and a 58mm tamper as well. So now it's time to fill up your tank, which is hidden underneath the drip tray here. It slides out nice and easy. There's a little connector hose here, which is just got to pop out. There we go. And you can remove the whole tray and fill it up with water. You've got your easy access hole here to pop this out, or you can remove the whole lid, fill it up and clean it if you need to, pop it back on just like a Tupperware container, and ready to pop back in full of water. You have to use filtered water. So we're using the tank now, and this has got a filter underneath the sink. If you're going to plumb a machine in, you definitely need filtration, and you have to get that special kit from Marzocco to make sure that your machine has a pressure limiting valve, a filter, and is set up properly, not to cause any issues with your machine long term. Just going to slide it back in again with the filler at the front. Just lift up your little hose and slide it in and align that little fitting back up. And pop your drip tray back in. Pop your power cord in. It is a little bit tricky. It's just straight up and under. Maybe do that before you put water into your tank. Now all we have to do is turn on the machine in the back right hand side, and the machine is going to start the pump. It's going to fill up the boiler and then heat up. And on the front, you're going to be able to see the different colored lights here. So the red means that it is on and it's heating up because it's flashing. And the water being solid blue means that there is water in the tank. It's recognizing it's not out of water and it's okay for the machine to heat up. Now I like to just run a bit of water through that front brew head to make sure that there's all full of water and no air. So just run a little bit of water, turn that off, and we've got to wait now till it's hot and ready to go. Now to make a coffee straight up and keep it really simple, I'm going to use the naked handle here. I'm going to put in the double portafilter spout connector.
Double portafilter spout connector, which is a little bit tricky.
Which is quite simple and easy to do. You just lock them into place by inserting it underneath, and with a little turn it's locked in, and that's going to allow you either to do a double shot into 1 cup or split into 2 cups. I'm going to grab the bigger 17 gram basket here, pop that in and lock it into the head so it starts to get a bit of heat into the machine. It's got a fast heat up of 5 minutes. So essentially we'll be able to make coffee very quickly. Now while the Micra is heating up, you're going to need a few extras, so get them ready just like this. So there you go. You're going to need a wonderful coffee grinder. I've got the Marzocco Pico here, which pairs beautifully with the Micra, your favorite cup and saucer and latte glass, the milk jug, the tamper, and a tamp mat as well, because you don't want to damage your beautiful stone countertops. Now the machine hasn't been used since heating up, so I'm just going to run a bit of hot water through that front group head to heat up that handle a little bit, and I'm going to just purge that steam wand. If you've got yourself a nice little cloth, a little bit safer there, wrap it around and just straight into the drip tray. There we go. It is a cool touch wand, so that's nice as well, but if you just don't want that steam going over your hand, the cloth will help with that for sure. So now it's time to fill this basket up with some coffee. Now you can either just fill this up and level it off if you didn't have a scale, and that will get you pretty close, but ideally getting yourself a scale and measuring 18 grams of coffee into the big 17 gram basket is definitely going to give you a much better coffee. You can grab yourself an Acacia scale like this one here, and perhaps a dosing pot, or you can weigh straight into the actual portafilter. I'm just going to use this dosing pot for this example. Now I took a little bit of a guess on the time we needed for the double shot to be able to get me the 18 grams. At 10.6, I actually had to push the button twice. So it would be 21.2 seconds to be able to give us 18 grams, and I actually ended up with 18.2 grams. So that is so close. So hopefully that helps you dial in straight away. Now I've already got that grinder gone all the way fine. And essentially had the burrs touch themselves. Check out the video how I set up the Pico, because I do talk about that a little bit more specifically, but basically all the way fine. I had a look at the grind and assessed what I thought was going to be pretty close. So now we're going to make ourselves the first cup of coffee. I'm going to remove our handle. There's obviously water in there, so grab a cloth. We want it to be hot, clean and dry before we do any sort of espresso extraction. I'm going to pop on my Portafilter handle. Give it a little bit of a tap. Now we're going to level that out a little bit. There are so many more steps you could do right now. You could do WDT and NCD, all other that great stuff there. We do have a lot of puck preparation videos on the Artisti YouTube channel, so check those out. But for now, just leveling the coffee and giving it a tamp. We want to use this part of the handle to sit nice and flat on the edge. Get our tamper. We're going to tamp down firm just till it stops. Give it a little bit of a turn, clean up the top of the basket, and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, we're going to pop this in. I'm going to do a bit of a split shot for myself. Now, I'm just going to pop the scale under. Oh. And tear that off. So we're going to look for a 2-to-1 ratio. So 18 grams of coffee is going to be 36 grams. Because I'm splitting this, we actually want to have only 18 grams on the one side with the porcelain cup here. So it's really simple to brew with the Micra. You just have to bring the brew lever across and we're going to start to get beautiful espresso. Might be a bit fine. So that grind was way too fine. Essentially the water couldn't make its way through the really close particle sizes. So we're going to make a coarser grind, allowing that gap to be a little bit bigger and have the water flow faster through that coffee bed. So if you're getting this really wet and silty looking, kind of like a wet mud, you know that you're way too fine. So I've made the grind coarser. We've still got 18 grams of coffee in the basket. Let's see how the extraction is going to turn out. Still going to weigh our shot with our scales, and we're still looking for the 18 grams into the porcelain cup, because that will be the 2-to-1 ratio that we're looking for. Let's get that brew activated. I'm looking for 18 seconds, or 18 grams I should say. Look at that, 18.3. So very, very close there for that 2-to-1 ratio. Now it's time to get some beautiful silky milk. Now I'm going to froth these individually because it is a bit of a smaller jug. So I'm going to do the latte first and just be below the spout, just here. I'm going to purge in the drip tray to get any excess moisture out. And have the steam wand out on a 45 degree from the coffee machine and try and get this pointing down as low as you possibly can. Now the position of the jug, so we're going to get the steam wand to be in this third and corner of the jug, and we're going to have the steam wand actually sliding up and down the milk spout. And we'll turn it on full steam. And you can see that that is spinning beautifully. We want to get no hiss if we can, and then gently lower it down to get a bit of a hiss. You can see the volume increasing in the jug. Then when you've got the volume you want, lift it back up. Too hot to touch, count 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Turn that off. Let our milk sit for a second. We want to wipe up that excess milk. Give it a squirt in the tray. Clean the tip. We've got our milk here. Now you just need to give it a bit of a tap and a swirl, and that'll fold back all those beautiful microfoam bubbles back into the milk. So let's pour out our first latte. We're going to swirl our espresso, swirl our milk, tilt our cup, pour into the deep V section of the liquid, nice and low, get around the cup twice, come back to the middle and stay low and pour a bit faster and give a bit of a wiggle. And you'll be able to go in and out and pour yourself a nice latte like that. So remember, after you've finished an espresso, make sure that you do flush any of the extra grinds that might have hit the shower screen there. Get that mess out. Give your portafilter a nice clean as well. It should be hot and clean before you do your next espresso. And in between coffees, if you want to keep this warm, you can leave the group handle in the machine, but don't jam it all the way on. You're only going to compress that seal and have to replace it sooner. So just lightly in there is an okay place. Now the Micra is a wonderful machine. It can be left on quite a long time. There is an app that goes with it, so you can have it turn on and off and get those settings for your daily use. So definitely look further in those videos to make sure you can set the machine up perfectly for yourself. So today I've been using the Delicate blend from Artistic Coffee Roasters, which is our organic product. It's a beautiful, smooth caramel flavor with a fruit forward focused flavor. So something a little bit of acidity there, but nice and well balanced in milk. So make sure you do get yourself some nice coffee. Jump online, artisti.com.au, and you can save on 1 kilo prices with a subscription and free shipping Australia-wide. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the Micra as much as I do when I get to play on it. And all those extra videos online, check us out. Ask us for any questions you may have. We're happy to help. Cheers. Catch you next time.